What's up, YouTube? Make sure y'all smack that like button, smack that subscribe button. We finna get on boxing. And I truly, truly think that boxing should be introduced to high school sports. High school should have boxing. I'm gonna get on why I think so and just touch on a few points on why I think and feel like high school would be a good asset to, boxing will be a good asset to high school. Now, we all adults who've been through high school. We know they got the typical sports, basketball, football, baseball, all that, wrestling, golf, tennis, soccer, all that type of stuff. And these games get competitive. Some teams are more of a rival to other teams. And these games get real competitive, but at the same time, they develop us. They develop us into the people we are today. We build friendships against these teams. We build bonds with our teammates. It's a beautiful thing to be a part of a team, be a part of sports. A lot of kids cry when they don't make the basketball team or when they don't make the football team or the soccer team or whatever team, because it's real important to certain people in their life. And I feel like it's a certain group of kids that are not basketball, football, baseball type players or type athletes, but they are athletic. I feel like boxing will give them another avenue to express themselves, physically, mentally, athletically. We got hundreds and thousands of kids who are not athletic on the basketball court or a football field. They probably don't really listen well or take direction well. But if you give them a sport like boxing, and where it's all about them, it's on them. It's one on one. They probably will take instruction better, probably will listen better, and probably will be more in tune with that type of sport. So I feel like with boxing, it will help those type of kids, certain kids that have behavioral issues. We can't seem to figure out what to do with them. Put them in boxing. They got anger issues. Put them in boxing. You can have these boxing coaches and these guys around them to mold them and help them to understand how to understand their anger and deal with their anger. You got great fighters like Mike Tyson, who was the greatest of all time, pretty much. Him, Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, all these guys were groomed from when they was children boxing. And one of Mike Tyson's big thing was his attitude. He had a real bad attitude. Wanted to fight all the time. Was always angry. He didn't have his parents. And we got hundreds of thousands of kids just like Mike Tyson. Their parents not really doing well at home, whatever the case may be, but they have these anger issues. And boxing was an avenue for Mike Tyson to take and mold himself into a decent person. And he turned himself into a professional through his anger, through channeling his anger and understanding how to fight. And I really feel like if high school would introduce boxing to the athletic program, you could take these kids off the street. You can take a lot of kids off the streets and out of these behavioral classes and put them in a boxing gym and help them understand how to channel their anger, understand themselves and control themselves, and become a professional. Because what goes on in boxing, what I don't understand is that when it comes to boxing, boxing is kind of like a rogue sport because you can't get into boxing through high school. You have to know somebody who knows somebody or go to a boxing gym and be recommended by somebody. Like you really have to go through the mud to be a boxer. And that's why I feel like boxing is dying a little bit. The boxing crowd is really dying. It's not like it was back in the day. People getting ready for these big fights and big events going on because big money fights was a thing back in the day. But nowadays, it's kind of dying because we got UFC, got all this other stuff going on. So something needs to happen for boxing to make a rebirth, because boxing is a very, very important skill, very, very important sport. Hand to hand combat is something we don't need to lose as men, especially women too, because we need to understand how to control ourselves, control your anger, control your character, your ego. And boxing is the perfect thing. Boxing, wrestling, tennis, any sport that consists you being one on one, is just you. It's total control, total mind. You have to be mentally, very, very mentally strong to get in that ring one on one, and I think it'll benefit certain kids, maybe all kids. And what I mean with the boxing coming to high school, you can have ninth grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, and you can have anywhere from 3 to 5, or you know 6, 7 fighters. However many kids that you have that want to participate, you can have a certain amount of kids or a certain amount of fighters in each division, ninth through 12th grade, and you will separate them all if in a weight division, of course, and everybody will wear headgear, the extra thick pads. We wouldn't use boxing ring grown man gloves. We would use the padded gloves for youth. Everybody will wear their team colors, their school colors. I mean, it'd be just like a football, basketball game, all that. But you come into a boxing match. Like I said, they wearing headgear. It's the same risk as you wrestling or playing football, playing basketball. We know there are risks of injuries, but like I said, we are wearing headgear. And for the most part, I think that if they did this in high school, it wouldn't be about knockouts. It'd be all about scoring points. How many hits you can make. Just like how they score in the Olympics. How many hits you can connect with. How many blocks you can make. Like everything is about points. Now you can score knockouts. A lot of schools will be looking for it. A lot of guys you play or go up against will be looking to knock your ass out. But in high school, it'll be more about the points and your technique. And I feel like that would be a great thing to add to high school sports. A lot of schools around the nation, I'm pretty sure, would be interested in it. I'm pretty sure a lot of you might feel like y'all might be interested in it, man. If you feel any type of way, comment down below what you might feel like about if your high school had boxing when you was growing up, or if your high school got boxing now, while your kids there or while your cousins there. I think it'd be something that the city would like. It would draw a crowd, definitely sell tickets. It would be a main event. It'd be like your city having a main event when you have these rival high schools finna have these boxing matches, men and women. And like I said, they wearing headgear. It's a total controlled, safe event. It's not like it's in there killing each other. Ain't none of that. And we definitely have good referees on deck who will stop matches if the match get just too one sided. We will stop the match. We're not gonna let no kid just get killed in the ring. No, not at all. Not nowhere close. Headgear, safety is first. It's all about points. But I feel like this will bring a rebirth back to boxing, and a lot more kids and people will start growing and getting more interested into boxing. And this is another way you can find out. You can find more boxers, because it's really only a certain amount of boxing gyms around the nation. You got boxing gyms in Baltimore, New York, a lot of these major cities, Chicago, stuff like that. But y'all can't sit here and tell me it's not no other fighters around the nation. It's fighters everywhere, good ones too. And this would give an opportunity for some of these young men and young women to go into the Olympics, to become a professional in something other than football or basketball. So I just really feel like that high school should introduce boxing into the sports, into the athletic department. And it'll be a good asset to the game. Because I'm telling you, even in the city where I'm from, if we had we had boxing matches down here. And just imagine most of your kids at your school is big time rivals with this other school across town, and we got a boxing match. That's gonna bring the whole city out. It's gonna bring the whole city out. Can you imagine having the biggest guy from this school and the biggest guy from that school? They boxing, and then you have say you got the guy from your school win state championship in the senior class, and the other guy won state division in the freshman class, but the other school from 2-3 counties down the road, they won state in the sophomore class. Things like that will be going on. Like I said, it be split up division, weight class, all that. So it definitely be a even playing field. Won't nobody be outmatched, but this will be a great way for young kids to get into boxing and get interested in boxing and become professionals. Because if you think about it, there's no other avenue into becoming a professional boxer other than knowing somebody who knows somebody or going to one of these boxing gyms at these major cities and hoping you can get on, hoping you can get noticed. You damn near got to kill everybody in the gym just to get on. But it shouldn't be like that. If boxing is a professional sport that people can pursue and get into, then there needs to be a clear cut avenue to get there and a professional uh, avenue that helps you grow and develop into a boxer. And I think high school would do that, man. P.S.A. man, high school sports need to introduce boxing. You heard it here first.